Well, a pastor in his 60s remarked to a parishioner, when you get to my age, you spend a lot more time thinking about the hereafter during the holidays. Why do you say that? The parishioner asked. The pastor replied, well, this time of year I often find myself in the middle of a retail store thinking, what did I come in here after? And I can vouch that clergy in their 60s do often consider that type of hereafter and the real theological issue of the hereafter, of course, faces all Christian clergy, and not only around death and sick beds and worries members have for loved ones, but in dealing with theological concepts regarding afterlife. And it's not just clergy, laity consider it a lot too. We almost always cover the topic in our Talking About God summer classes, where it's brought up by someone almost every week. Both modern clergy and laity tend to not just consider theological points on the matter, we also turn to science. And while it may seem out of their field, scientists also consider the topic. In 2010, renowned physicist Stephen Hawking was asked, what do you believe happens to our consciousness after death? And Dr. Hawking answered, I think the brain is essentially a computer, and consciousness is like a computer program. It will cease to run when the computer is turned off. And there's actually biblical support for Hawking's thought in the concept of Sheol, a place of metaphysical nothingness, which some Bible verses claim we go to when we die and cease to be. And Hawking's thoughts and the idea of Sheol can be disturbing to those of us who think there is life after death. I personally believe that there is an afterlife, but I understand why some do not. And while I believe in an afterlife, I also believe we are not supposed to aim life on earth toward life after death in another realm. Life aimed at afterlife realms can waste the blessing of life in this realm. And there's biblical precedence for this approach to Judaism, the religion of Jesus. The theological context that he came out of considers the physical and the spiritual to be united. And so the Jewish religion has a long, long history of focusing on life in the here and now, as opposed to life after death. Rabbi Morris Kurtzer notes that Jews have always been more concerned with this world than the next, and have concentrated their religious efforts on building an ideal world for the living. And indeed, despite a good deal of emphasis in some of Christianity on living for an afterlife, Jesus, a good Jewish rabbi, actually taught and lived out the Jewish theological point that we need to focus our efforts on bringing the realm of God to earth for the living before we die. On Jesus' way, as he lived and taught it, our lives are not supposed to be focused on bringing ourselves from earth to heaven, but rather focused on bringing heaven to earth through ourselves here and now. In our faith, Jesus incarnates God from Christmas onward. And Christians are supposed to try to do that too, to incarnate God, help heaven break in on earth. Heaven, the realm of God, is about love and justice and righteousness for all. It is, in the end, about aiming for peace. It's not limited to concern for individual immortality and individual peace on another plane of existence in the afterlife. It's very much about bringing peace to earth, aiming our life toward it. And Advent and Christmas are all about peace on earth. Goodwill to all, which we heard Cliff read. And it's certainly what Jesus aimed toward with his short but powerful life. And it is what the Gospels promoted in the early church. And Jesus' religion, Judaism, considers it wise too. Proverbs, actually both a Jewish and Christian sacred text, sums it up nicely. Proverbs 3:13-17. Happy are those who find wisdom and those who get understanding, for her income is better than silver and her revenue better than gold. She is more precious than jewels, and nothing you desire can compare with her. Long life is in her right hand, and in her left hand are riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. Psalm 34 instructs us to depart from evil and do good, seek peace, and pursue it. That's what we are to aim to do with our lives. And the words from Micah 6 on the walls of this church are God's only requirements in the Bible for humans. We are to aim toward peace by seeking justice and loving kindness and walking humbly with God on earth. And I am not disputing that our soul or consciousness goes on to heaven. I am disputing that focusing life on the afterlife in another realm is not the primary objective on Jesus' way. I'm disputing that it is. The afterlife we need to focus on should be what we can do and leave behind that influences peace on earth. We need to focus on loving acts in life that can grow and thrive in the wake our love in our life leaves behind. My first thought when I read Dr. Hawking's computer metaphor was, wait a second, there's always a person making choices with input on what a computer and its programs will or will not do. Our consciousness is much more like a computer operator who continues on when a computer or a program dies. At the controls of human life is a soul. Our spirits are more than a program. They operate our life. That's the stuff of religion, how to best operate it. We are comprised of the stuff of science, but we are also comprised of the stuff of religion. And that's an age-old idea. Genesis 2 indicates that human beings are made up of two things, earth and spirit. The Lord God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. Dr. Hawkins, as a scientist, considered physical elements and scientific laws the earthly part. The one essential bit of empirical evidence is missing from his answer. Our consciousness experiences a soul, a livingness and being that includes, but at the same time is more than our physicalness. It doesn't take a modern scientist to discover that evidence. Thousands of years ago, the author of Genesis knew it when he noted we are not just earth, the physical, but are also a part of God's breath, the spiritual. And notwithstanding Dr. Hawking's musing, that is our actual experience of how life works. We observe a physical and a non-physicalness to our existence, a body and a spirit. And our body is controlled by that spirit of unique selfness. We're not operator-less machines. Our consciousness is not like a computer program. It is our soul sitting in the operator's seat making choices. And the choices matter. They matter not only now, but also for the future of earthly existence after we die. Setting aside the question of what realm exists beyond this one, we can experience an afterlife in this realm by living on in the vibrations that our lives send rippling out in time through generations to follow. Jesus is proof that can occur. His loving actions continue to influence life on earth. Jesus' life aiming toward peace on earth, goodwill to all, still very much influences lives now. And that's true whether we believe in a bodily resurrection or not. Jesus has a continuing experiential reality. And afterlife here, his life still matters today. especially when we turn toward Him during the holidays, a time when we act better and crank up care and love for family and strangers. And we feel better, for we are better for it. When we do that loving in Advent and Christmas, our lives matter. Our lives matter all year long, of course. While our loving acts may be on a smaller scale than Jesus throughout the year, what we do lovingly can live on, affecting lives after we die. Jesus' teachings, His way, gives us the choice that we are reminded of every Advent and Christmas season. Do we or do we not live our lives, operate our lives on earth for peace on earth, goodwill to all? Peace on earth, goodwill to all is the choice that Advent, Christmas, Jesus, and God call us to make. And if we make that choice for peace, we will experience an afterlife on earth, leaving behind a wake of love. And how big that wake gets